Jonathan Macdonald, co-founder of This Fluid World. A little bit mysterious name. Can you tell us what you do?
Okay, so This Fluid World is a marketing and business consultancy, and so what we do is we help companies work out what's going on in the environment, the business landscape, and interpret that into commercial revenue streams and profitable business models. And the reason it's called This Fluid World, by the way, is because my colleague, there's only two of us, and we operate on a little red sofa in London, and we've got no staff and no offices. And one day she said to me, many years ago, she said, you know, the changes that are around us that are happening are so fast and hectic that it's almost like this world is fluid. And it is, because everything's changing around us and nothing's the same. So the revenue models that were in the past aren't necessarily current. So that's why it's called This Fluid World. There you go.
Okay. Well, personal media channels such as mobile need a personal approach. How do you do that?
Well, I've got a feeling that from observing over 2,000 mobile campaigns in the last 10, 12 years that I've been involved with or helped companies strategize, I've realized that the personal approach that's required due to the USP of mobile being its personality and its link to yourself is actually down to not starting your thinking around what you're trying to achieve as a company, but starting around what you can stand for as a mission that people may believe in, or actually harness other people's belief and make their belief be stronger. So it reverses our way of thinking about commercial communication in a obvious way, but unfortunately a very difficult way when for the last 100 years of commercial media we've been based on we want to sell more boxes, therefore we'll exploit a channel. And I think that the realities of mobile, as we're seeing from various stock price valuations in this being June 2012, are quite linked to that reality that people are starting to get.
With mobile marketing, different world is created. Do you have an idea how long it takes before brands really understand the new reality and act upon that understanding?
Well, you know what? If I knew how long it would take, then I'd probably plan to start my retirement at that time and I'd be working back. But you know, the fact of the matter is that when change happens, you can either choose to change as your brand or company, you can choose to change, or you have to change. So what most people do is they have to change, and then most people can't change, so then they stop. So yeah. So actually, no, that's a totally different answer to a question you didn't ask. So how long is it going to take? I would say right now you're starting to see companies that have a massive growth potential and a sustainability potential, and companies that were huge and 90 minutes ago, 100 minutes ago, one massive tech company, a mobile company, have announced they're getting rid of 10,000 members of staff, and that is what's happening. Big companies are falling, small companies are growing, and it's quite obvious to see. So now is when. Yes.
Can you give an example of a brand which makes a real good, effective campaign?
I like the way that airline companies are using mobile.
And which one?
I really like Lufthansa. I like Austrian Airlines. British Airways are getting there. But it was still only 20 months ago that I walked into a British Airways airport and Terminal 5 and showed my mobile phone to the person at the gate, and they said, "What's this? We need a piece of paper with your boarding pass." I said, "No, because it's your app." And they're like, "Well, our training says, So it's early days, but I like airlines. I like that. I think BMW are really hitting it. I like how the Louvre Museum in Paris uses mobile. I like the National Rail Service in the UK, their mobile activity. So you may think all the things I've said are utilities. They're all things that enable us to close the gaps between what we have and what we want. Rather than being campaigns that engage people for 3 days and then die, these are things that enable people's lives to be more efficient and better. And I think that kind of seems to win out. That works.
Well, thank you very much for your time.